Hello and welcome to this lecture, and this is actually going to be a short lecture when we will learn how to delete entries from an axis. So as you could see, we have our table right here, which is nothing but actually a data frame. It actually looks like a table, but it's actually called as a data frame, and we will learn how we could go ahead and delete a single row from this particular data frame. So what we will do here is that we will type in let's say frame 2. Let's say we want to save the result in frame 2 instead of this particular frame. So we'll type in frame 2 equals frame dot, and in order to delete a particular thing from a particular data frame, you simply need to type in drop. And the first thing which we will do is that we will learn how to drop a particular row. So first we will learn how to drop a single row. So in square brackets, you simply need to specify the index of that particular row. So let's say you want to delete this particular row, so you define the index to be 2, and once this thing is done, you could execute this. And when you type in frame 2 over here, and when you run the code, as you could see, now the second row is actually removed from this particular data frame. Now in case if you actually want to remove 2 rows from a particular data frame, what you could simply do is that after this 2 you could give a comma and specify the index of another row which you want to delete. So in the same manner, you could keep on adding another rows over here in order to delete a particular rows from a particular data frame. So this is what you could do to delete a multiple row or to delete multiple rows. But now let's go ahead and learn how to drop columns from a particular data frame. So let's say you have this table right here, which is still frame 2. If you type in frame 2 over here, as you could see, this is the frame 2 over here, and if you type in frame, you will notice that there are no changes done to frame over here. So what we will do now is that we will create a third frame, and we will modify the first frame over here. So we will type in frame 3 equals frame, and instead of dropping a row, we will now try to drop a column. So let's say you don't want the salary column from this particular frame, you want to remove it. So you simply type in frame dot drop again to drop a particular column, and then after that what you simply need to do is that you need to specify the column name, which is in this case age, and after this you need to specify the axis as well. So right now, if you could notice, we actually want to delete the axis, which is nothing but the y-axis. So you need to specify the axis as 1, and once you do that, you simply need to print out the details of frame 3. So if you run this code now, as you could see, you have the entire data frame, but with the age removed. Actually, we want to remove the salary over here, but mistakenly I have typed in age over here. So if you change this thing to salary, and if you execute this code, as you could see, now we have salary removed from this particular data frame. So that's how you could actually go ahead and drop axis, or you could say the rows or columns. So these are also called as the axis. So this is actually the x-axis for row, and the y-axis is actually called as a column. So you could go ahead and delete any axis or any row or any column from a particular table. You just need to use this drop statement over here, which is actually going to drop a particular column or a particular row. Only one thing which you need to keep in mind is that while dropping a particular row, you don't need to specify the axis over here. You could simply specify the index of that particular row. But while deleting a particular column, you actually need to go ahead and define the axis for which you want to drop the column. So when you want to drop a column, make sure to have an axis equal to 1. So that's it for this lecture, and hopefully you guys were able to understand how to go ahead and drop entries from a particular data frame. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.